A new mythical creature that brings a new awesome weapon to the game, weekly reset happens, live event and way more. It's a big day for Odyssey, so let's run down everything you need to know in this video. If you enjoyed that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go. Let's start with the big one. The first mythical creature is live in Odyssey. No new update is required. We can fight him over here on the map once you get into the game. A new quest will also be added to your bounties called the Lightning Bringer, and you have to be at least level 43 to stand a chance since the quest starts for level 45. Like if you are a lower level you will still get the quest, but with the recommended level of 45. If you are not that level yet, don't worry, he will not go away, so just play the game at your own pace and you will in the end be able to kill this boss. He was level 49 for me on level 50, so go to the location I showed you, and before you fight him, I think it's smart to save your game, so you can always fight him again for fun if you want. That's at least what I did, because I really like this fight as well, likely my favorite mythical creature in the game right now. If you watched my stream, then you know that I used a warrior build with the Hades bow that you can of course get from one of the mercenaries in the level 40s. It's handy to have him burn most of the time, so that when you dodge his attacks, he still takes damage. So yes, the tactic is to shoot a lot of arrows, aim for the head for the crits, to also get adrenaline. Having at least one adrenaline bar at all times is also nice, so you can always heal yourself with the second wind ability, because especially in the second phase he will deal more damage and combos can easily take you out when playing on a higher difficulty. If he does the charge towards you, you want to dodge towards him after his second sort of swing with his weapon. His sort of waves are easy to dodge, just move to the sides. And when he like crouches down, you want to keep dodging, because then his attack will follow you with sort of bursts out of the water. And that will hurt you, so be warned for that. It's smart to always try and hit him once after he's done with one attack, because he needs to charge up again. So then you have a nice window to hit him before he can do anything back. I found that the spear was a really nice weapon to use because of the long range, so you can easily dodge away, because he will have a counter attack ready when you like come close by. So if you stay for too long near him, you will get hit. So totally like hit him once and then dodge away immediately. I also found that the overpower attack with the spear is really nice to use. I used the staff a lot at first, because that of course has a similar overpower ability. But with the spear you actually do more hits before the overpower attack is over. So I would totally recommend that you use a spear. And I think that with these tips you will be fine. Again, the second phase will be harder, his combos will be longer, he will deal more damage. So be careful for that. The difficulty that you play on of course also depends on how difficult the fight will be. And if you finally beat him, you get his bow that actually has a really good legendary perk, plus 20% armor and health. So if you want to make some sort of tank style of build where your character can take a ton of damage, then this legendary perk is totally for you. You can of course put this perk on every other weapon via engraving at the blacksmith, including melee weapons as well. The JorRaptor's bow has a great common perk, but since you want to go all damage as an archer, I think the legendary perk that is really focused on being defensive does not really fit the hunter playstyle. I mean, you will be shooting from far away and dodging a lot as well, so no need for the extra health or armor in my opinion, unless you of course die a lot as a hunter, because then this bow will totally help you of course with that. Of course it's Tuesday, so that means that also a new live event has appeared in the game, and since the mercenaries are still bugged, we get a new ship every week until the mercenaries are fixed. But I know that some people actually did manage to see a mercenary as the live event this week. Well, again, this should not be the case. Like during the stream, people noticed that they saw both the ship and the mercenary, so lucky for them. I already got some footage of the epic mercenary that should not have been in people's game thanks to people reaching out, but more footage of that is always welcome. So if you saw a quest with an equals icon on the bounty board regarding a mercenary, then totally share footage of you taking it down. Would be awesome if you could send it to me on Twitter at JorRaptor or Instagram JorRaptor. Follow me there and share the footage. I will make a video on this in the future, so having as much footage as possible would be really appreciated. For now, I want to focus on the live event that should be live for everyone, the new pirate ship that we have to take down. So again, you can find this quest on the bounty board, pick it up and locate the ship that is over here on the map. I always fast travel to a nearby location, summon my ship and then sail to the icon. As always, 2 pirate ships will be guarding this legendary ship that we need to take out, so I always try to kite at least one away so I can kill them one by one, while having like the others in the distance so they can't hit me. After I took out the pirate ship that I lured away, it was time to confront the legendary ship. You of course do not need to kill the other 2 ships that are surrounding this special ship. For the live event you only have to kill the unique looking ship, but it will help during the fights to take out at least one of these smaller ships first. For the legendary ship, it's still good to keep your distance, shoot as much arrows as possible, build up your adrenaline so you can use the fire arrows and fire javelins to stun the ship. And if you do this tactic like correctly, you will get attacked by only the legendary ship, while the other pirate ship has a hard time getting you in range. So go full focus on the live event ship. I boarded it as well, so I was safe from the pirate ship that was close by. So I could just kill everyone and loot everything without having to worry. And bam, after you killed all the enemies on the ship, the epic loot on this live event ship is yours. But more importantly, of course, the legendary ship design. It's called the Shadows Nymph, but as Amy pointed out on Twitter, this is a different design than the legendary ship we just killed for this design. So not sure what is going on here. Maybe they switch things up over at Ubisoft. Either way, totally worth getting the ship design nevertheless. And even if you don't like it, get it for the 40 orichalcum that you can spend at the Eagles of the Olympian store that you of course find over here on the map. Every week on Tuesday the store resets, and this time it has a legendary ship figurehead from the Helix store. Thanks to Revive Gaming for sharing the picture with me, because of course if you already got the item, you will not see it in the Eagles of the Olympian store. So I would say it's not worth it for the 80 orichalcum, wait for a cool gear item or mounts or anything like that, but it's of course up to you. In terms of epic gear, we got a sword that you don't want since it's epic, a waist that is not so great because of the elemental build-up, something that you don't really need as an assassin, where you want to kill enemies off with one hit or ability. But I would say that the dark steel chestplate is pretty nice thanks to the 5% all damage perk, and the crit damage perk can also come in handy as a hunter player. So you might want to take a look at that when building an epic hunter set. But yeah, of course, I will be spending my orichalcum at the Olympian gifts to get the freaking Hades lieutenants that I still don't have. But maybe I get it this time at the end of the video. We will see. Before we go, take a look at that. I of course want to touch on the weekly quest that also appears in the game every Tuesday. You got a week to complete this one. It's called War for the Sea and has us, as the name suggests, kill ships on the sea. Athenian ships to be exact, so look for areas that are taken over by Athens and then like sail close to the borders. There you should find some Athenian ships. You need to kill 2 specific ones, the Penteconters, the smaller ships. And you also need the Triremes, the bigger ships, but you can scout with Icarus to see what the ship is, so you know that before you attack it. So yes, this weekly quest will totally take more time than the other weekly quests we had before, but I still think it will be worth it for the orichalcum that I will be spending at least on the freaking lieutenants. Subscribe for everything Assassin's Creed Odyssey if you haven't already. I will keep you up to date on everything that is going on in the game. Like this video to support the channel. I got way more videos planned, like way more stuff happened today as well. I want to go more in depth on that really soon. The mercenary and just more interesting things. But before we go, we of course go to the Eagles of the Olympian store to spend my newly earned orichalcum on the gifts and test my luck. Okay, there we go. Last time, of course, I did have a legendary drop, a figurehead, but yeah, we want the freaking Hades lieutenant. Let's see what we got here. We actually got a great epic drop where, whoa, the Spartan Renegade Lieutenant. A lieutenant that I don't need, but it's a silver one as well. This one was bugged, I think, as well when it went in the Eagle store as a weekly selection. But yeah, actually pretty cool. This is a legendary one. Like, this is not an epic one. They just, for some reason, this guy does not work properly. So yeah, my hope that we get the Hades Lieutenant in this one is pretty low. But still, I mean, one can hope. One can hope. Come on, Legendary Lieutenant, Hades. Epic gear piece. Mercenary belt, another mercenary belt. I think we already got this from a previous one. Really good one, actually. Like I already said, crit chance, crit damage while full health. Really good for the assassin playstyle. So, it will be something. I mean, the Helix store is pretty empty at this point for me. So, you would think that the Hades Lieutenant at one point will be there. Like, if we go to the Helix store right now, we can see that I got like the naval stuff. Let's see. There are only 5 things left. And I still need some weapons there as well. So, either a weapon or a naval thing is a legendary drop that we can have. So, okay, these items can also drop. You don't want that. It will be interesting. Will we get it before the new Naval pack and Odysseus pack launch? So will we get it this week? We will continue at the end of my next video. So again, subscribe for everything Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If I missed something today, then I will include it in a future video. I already saw some interesting things that I want to go more in depth on. Like this video to support the channel. Check out my fight against this boss if you want by clicking on the screen. I also killed him on the Nightmare difficulty. And I will of course speak to you next time. Goodbye.